Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first Dicemension campaign, The Relenting. So in front of me we have the three amazing players who, if you haven't seen their introductory campaigns yet, please feel free to binge. We will put them down in the description box. So I'm going to ask the lovely Martha Marvelous, Orgorog and Talissa to give me a little, and you guys, a little introduction about, why on earth they're here and what they're doing. So if you want to start with Marv?
Sure. I was asked to be a spy, and I was going to spy on Rolandus IV and his entourage. Didn't go very well because I'm not a very good tour guide of churches. Not going to go into the details, it's embarrassing. But I failed fundamentally, and we ended up killing everyone. And then this big fella just kicked down the door with Revel. And here we are, all together, having fun.
Lovely.
And I got into this place quite randomly. I almost got killed even before starting the campaign. So then, I met up with Revel and I got offered the chance to basically save the village for quite a big sum of money.
Do you remember how much money?
It's 100 gold, I think.
Lovely.
And hopefully it's more than it was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's pretty much it. Then I kicked on the door and I got offered to direct the battle, and that's where I met these two guys and somebody else.
And I was a wanderer. I was literally in the swamp, and I met with Kai and Sol, which one is a lovely lady and the other one is a dragon. We stayed for like a day and a half together. We had a little fight with some mud monsters, and then the dragon flew to the town where I put everything was because I was looking for answer of some weird dreams and visions that I'm having.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden a very weird bard was kind of like running towards me, saying that I was just in the middle of a battle and they needed help. And so, not really sure about what's gonna happen. But
Yes. So the first session of our Relenting campaign is the Battle of Ollvi. Now, Ollvi is in the southwest of the Unbound territories, and they have been hearing war drums now for a few hours, and orcs are starting to invade on this very small hamlet in this swampy area, and our heroes are there to take part in this epic battle of the ages to try and save this very small town from rampaging orcs. So we're gonna start.
yes!
Easy.
So what we have here is our lovely board. We have our orcs and our good guys already prepared. So Talissa, obviously you have just run into dropped in actually on a dragon into the middle of town, and a bard has run up to you being like, come and join the battle. So what are you going to do?
We need you.
I kind of like take a step backward and I'm like, oh well, this is literally not what, I'm not here for that, so thank you very much. And I try to kind of like disengage and leave.
But we're all going to get murdered by these orcs.
What?
I'm not a fighter. You look like someone who's capable of fighting and saving yourself. We need your skills. You're right on a dragon. You must be a badass.
No, that was just a friend of mine. Like, not even a friend of mine. I don't even
She's
know
fencing
her.
a dragon. It's amazing.
No, come. Okay, let's take a deep breath. Just calm down. What's going on? Who are you?
Orcs.
First?
Orcs are going on. I'm Marv the Bard, but we can do that later. There are orcs invading right now. Can't you hear the drums? They're going to kill us all. It's lovely meeting you, by the way. But we're in danger!
What? Okay.
Please. We need everyone we can get. I've never fought before like this.
Okay. Show me what do we have?
Yes.
What do we have to do now?
We have to go and ask someone who knows what he's doing. We'll go and meet
So you
Urgrog.
don't know what are you doing?
No, I'm just here. I'm just help. we'll go and meet Urgrog. You don't come with me.
Urgrog. Urgrog.
Urgrog is great. I've known him for 5 minutes. And he's great.
Just talking to me then. Wow, that's incredible.
Okay, so
that way.
as you're kind of walking towards the church, you can hear these war drums getting louder and louder and louder, like a few paces away from you now.
So who is this?
This is sorry, you didn't say your name.
Who are you?
No, who are you? I'm trying to direct the battle. Who are you?
I am Felisa. I just literally arrived, and I don't know what's going on. If you could just explain.
So as you can hear, there's a battle going on. I've been tasked to save this town for money, which is what I'm trying to do.
Thank you very much, but
I'm increasing it.
So either you help us and you basically avoid dying, or you can leave now.
well,
That's the only options you have.
I don't think if I leave now, I will have any chance to actually leave.
No, you can't.
So you might as well help. What can you do?
But what can you offer? I mean, I don't really want to do
Well,
anything.
the only thing I can offer you is life over death. So you choose.
The tavern is nice. You have a nice meal there afterwards.
Okay.
Rebel's like, I second that. I can give you some free boarding and
Yes.
a free meal. Maybe I'll speak to the mayor and see if we can make sure that you will get fairly compensated for being a part of the battle
Risking
and
our
soldiering
lives.
for us.
Yeah.
Yes, but you know, we're all risking our lives here.
Yes.
So will you join us?
Yeah.
And again,
Yes.
what can you do?
What
So
can
here
I
we
do?
have somebody who, I don't know what he does, but he's probably can do. I can definitely fight. What can you do?
I can do many things.
Like what?
And then I kind of cover my hands with a little bit of fire. Like I can do stuff.
That could help, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. So you can go on with those priests toward that line, and you can hold the line with them.
Oh, I don't think I have any other choice anyway, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Just go with it.
Okay, so we are going to add Talissa to the board where the priests are. So they are going to be holding the most western bridge nearest the church.
Okay. So just to give you all the picture of how it's gonna work, we kinda know where the orcs are coming from, but we don't really know.
But
if
you
the-
are an orc.
Yes, I am, but I'm clearly fighting with you. Am I not?
What's the connection? Is your
because-
friends? Did you upset anyone?
Who do you think would know better how to drive a battle against other people?
What about
Think
you?
one like me.
Like you are one of the bad ones.
Why am I here then?
Well, you tell me.
Well, you tell me.
I
I'm
need you
here
to-
trying to save your asses
Look,
for money.
So
So
Okay.
please, we're all in this together, okay?
Ogorog, I need you to roll persuasion. And Talissa, I need you to roll insight, please.
5.
17.
Okay, so you haven't really persuaded her that you're not one of the bad guys at this point.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn you with a very angry look, and I'm gonna be like, I'm going to save your life if you follow me. Otherwise, you can leave and stop asking questions.
Roll intimidation.
22.
Well, hey, okay, okay, just calm down.
Any more questions?
This doesn't really
Any
happen.
more questions?
Okay,
Go on. That's the story.
I think I'd have to rely on you because that guy, it's...
Then not the money that's like you. What do I know?
He's a straight talker.
Okay.
So you guys are now leaving the church and you're able to see orcs coming in from a few directions. So there's some coming in to sort of from the south nearest to the church, and there's some coming in from the northeast and the northwest. And the scouts are just stood there. 4 scouts are stood there in front of about 15 orcs like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
You can do it! Baby!
Okay, so you're going to get into battle positions then.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, my plan was to leave this boy behind with the rest of the archers because he doesn't seem to be the sturdiest AD at least. And I'm gonna be straight into the battle off of the bridge with Rebel and the other melee guys who can beat them all up.
Okay.
And getting support from this newcomer who can shoot some fancy things, along with our forceful priests who decided.
Okay, so guys, roll initiative.
After
Okay, so while they're rolling initiative, I am going to tell you that I am today going to be in charge of 47 different characters. So I'm going to have to roll initiative for all 47 in groups, thankfully.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Okay, so the initiative, the priests rolled a natural 20. Then it is going to be... I know, very good. Then it's going to be Revel. Then it is Talissa. Then it is the heavies. Then it is going to be Orgorog. Then it is going to be some of the orcs. Then the rangers. Then some other orcs. Then it's going to be the mayor. More orcs. The rogues. And then last but not least,
Marvelous. Good boy.
Ready for battle.
That's a good start. That's a very good start. Okay, so the priests are immediately going to hit some sacred flames towards the orcs. The orcs need to do a dexterity saving throw. First one fails, and the second one fails. So they are going to be hitting these two over here. Those orcs already look pretty battered. Revel is going to kind of barge past you in a loving way and is going to go straight in to attack a really big, heavy-looking, heavily armoured orc.
Show me what you got!
Who seems a little bit taller and larger than the rest. She is going to swing twice at this fella. First time she hits, and the second time she hits.
Woo, double whammy.
And she takes 7 hit points from him. Okay, it is now Talissa's turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna go for Eldritch Blast. 1 is 16 plus 7, 13 plus 7.
They both hit, definitely.
So 16.
So 16 hit points altogether. Boom. Boom, boom, shake, shake the room. Okay, so the lightning kind of comes from your hands and it kind of charges his kind of armor. You can see him kind of.
Okay. As I see this going on, I'm like.
And it is now the heavies, the meat shields that were with you, Revel, and Theobald, and they are going to run up and kind of try and flank this fella here. So he like the one that Revel has attacked, also seems a little bit like bigger and bolder, kind of the leader of what you'd think of these orc. So they are going to go and hit in with their battle axes. First one hits, and the second one hits. Everybody's doing really well so far. So the first one does 7 hit points, and the second does 11 hit points.
Wow.
Imagine kind of this scene, that one kind of hits him and the orc moves this way, and at the same time the other one hits him this way and he pushes over to this direction. So 2 kind of flanking sweeps into this guy. He's looking pretty roughed up at this point. It is now Orgorog's turn.
So I move towards the one that is beaten up.
Okay.
Can I get there?
You certainly can, yep.
Okay. So I talk to him in Orcish and I shout at him. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Okay, roll intimidation.
20.
He rolls a natural 20.
Oh,
So he shouts back at you in Orcish and is like, you petty, petulant orc.
Okay.
This one is going to throw a javelin at Revel, and this one is going to throw a javelin at one of the heavies. This one misses Revel, but this one hits the heavy. For 7 hit points, this one is going to come forward and is going to swing his short sword and hits. They take 3 damage. Okay, so now it is the Rangers' turn. Now the Rangers are going to kind of go into a V formation to be able to hit the...
Somebody trained those guys.
Oh yes. Tactically advanced.
Very well,
Rangers.
and then obviously you are in kind of the centre at the back of this triangle, like, I'm kind of now a little bit in the open here. So the one right in front of
It's
this
all
orc is instead going to swing his short sword twice at that guy. He misses both times, but unfortunately he gets a critical fail on one of them.
Oh,
So
come
as
on.
he goes to swing his sword around, he kind of slashes his own skin. Actually, all of them are going to shoot for the first one. 2 of them hit, and 1 of them gets a critical fail, so ends up shooting the person in front of him by accident. This guy is deaded.
Yes.
4 arrows kind of hit him in the side of his arm, like and he falls into the sludgy, muddy, swampy grass.
Yes. 1 less.
This lovely person's go over here, who it seems to be, out of all of the orcs you can see, the largest, kind of the mightiest beard. Kind of his armour is shimmering more than anyone else. He roars and he swings at Revel pretty hard. Okay, both of them hit. And she takes 18 hit points. Right in the side of the neck, like, ah! It is now the mayor's turn. He is healing Revel.
Oh,
Okay, the little one can heal.
And now it's the orcs.
Yay!
Only 1 manages to hit. And he takes 6 damage.
Go back to practicing where you belong.
And then these are going to kind of sneak around the tree. But they can't get that far. So these 2 aren't really able to hit from here. But these 2 are going to hit for the heavy on the left-hand side. Okay, and 1 gets a natural 20. So it's going to get double, which is helpful because he rolled a 1. That one also takes 6 damage. All of the rest of the orcs are going to surround Revel as much as they can. And they are all going to attempt to hit her with their great axes. And all 4 hit. She's very lucky because they all rolled 1s.
Wow! The chance of that happening.
The chance of that happening
That is so slim.
crazy. Okay, so she takes 8 hit points from that, which is nothing. So it's kind of like dunk, 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 dunk from all corners. She's like, these are idiots! And then these orcs are literally just going to jump over their brother. These 2 are going to try and fire their arrows towards the 2 flanking, and both of them miss. So now it is these lovely little rogues, and also these little weenie ones that have been placed over there and are like,
They don't even know the battle's happening. They're just
doing their nails. God, where did the war drums go? Okay, so these rogues are going to help Revel. 2 of them hit, and he is deaded. Okay, and this lovely one here, has taken 3 hit points. They're going to dash, so they can get a little bit further. So they're kind of around about here. And now it is
Marv. I am going to have some fun with those 4 gentlemen in front of us.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Fear, which is a 30-foot cone. So I want to kind of angle that I can get all 4 of them.
Okay, but you're probably going to hit this archer.
I'm just going to have to hope that he pulls through, but I need to get rid of them, so I'm going to...
Okay, sure. So the first one passes, and then these 3...
Be afraid.
They lose. Now they are afraid. The ranger. He rolled a critical fail.
Oh!
So afraid he's actually now prone.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Roll a dexterity saving throw, because as they're kind of dashing away, they need to jump over their fallen
Vault the
brethren.
corpse.
Vault the corpse, yeah. Which you know very well from your introduction about vaulting corpses.
Yes. It's not as easy as it looks.
And he fails, so he's also.
Oh.
And the other ones are smart and go around because they're not foolish.
Good.
And they are going to go hide behind the tree. So now they're unable to see you, or they're not in your line of sight. They're going to throw wisdom saving throws again, and both fail miserably.
Nice. So they'll be like that for a turn.
So they'll be like that for a turn. Now, obviously, as I said, this gentleman is afraid and prone, is weeping inconsolably,
Oh dear.
screaming, "No, my mother! Why did I have to see my goddamn mother? Oh, she's trailing! Oh my gosh, it's terrifying!"
Okay, I am going to remove it because I've successfully moved the orcs away, and I don't want this friendly to be petrified and on the floor, so I'm going
Okay.
to remove it. So it doesn't mean it means they're free of it, but it
Okay,
means
yeah,
that so
that's
is the
fine.
ranger.
Lovely. So it is now back to the priest's turn. The priests are going to be a little bit bold and walk over the bridge, and this priest is going to shoot a lovely spell at this leader over here, and they are going to do a ray of enfeeblement. So if it hits, it means that the weapons that they use will then be half damage. They basically become like more frail and like unable to do as much. So we're going to see if it hits. And it hits, yep. So this one now is feeling like a little bit more frail, and like at his great axe, like he's really trying to pick it up, but he's really struggling to pick it up. And then this priest is going to do nothing because he's not in range of anyone. Okay, so it is now Revel's turn. Revel is going to lock eyes on the one that looks like the leader and is going to do a guttural like and is going to hit him with her lovely great axe. Hits once and he takes 12 hit points.
Whoa.
Bam! Straight in the face. Lops the top of his head off as he falls. Alyssa.
So I would like to move where the white priest is,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to cast fireball in between the 5 on the sides and them.
So we're gonna say it's gonna hit this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one.
Perfect.
Okay.
And you have to do a dexterity saving throw of 15.
For this leader over here,
Mhm.
he passes, and then the rest of the smaller orcs all get a critical fail. Okay, so it will be 9d6 for
What?
the orcs,
Whoa.
and 4d6 for obviously the one that passed.
Okay. 17.
17 damage to the first.
12 and
16.
4, 16.
Okay, stop. They're all dead.
Ah!
Oh.
And they are incinerated, so I will take them off of the board.
I'm like,
All of your rage. And you can kind of feel like the blowback from this fire because you're relatively close to it. You're like,
I just turn. I'm like.
I underestimated you.
Gonna treat you with some respect, maybe.
okay.
So the two heavies are here. They are going to flank this lovely looking leader. Takes 8 hit points. And it is now Ugorov.
So now he insulted me. So
Mhm.
and I'm raging. So it's 2 attacks on his face.
Lovely.
11.
Doesn't hit.
It's a natural 1.
Yeah, you're like, you have insulted me, you horrible, awful orc. So you go to swing and you kind of like pull like your shoulder. It really hurts and you think you might have dislocated it. And you take 3. So the 3 leaders that are left is this guy in the center, and he's gonna go. He's gonna go for you, and he's just gonna put his hand, pop it on your face. So could you?
Squeeze me.
Okay. So he also gets a natural 1. So what he wanted to do was this really badass thing where he touches you and drains your life energy
Okay.
into himself. But what he ends up doing is doing the opposite. Ends up giving you one hit point. So
Sharpen
this
anymore.
one is going to run around and attack one of the rogues. Is going to miss. This one is going to stab this guy while he's prone, so it gets advantage. He hits, giving 3 hit points. So not too bad.
Not too bad.
Not too shabby. So now it is all of the archers' turn. This archer is now going to get up and pick up his weapon and is going to attack with his... And no, we've got a critical fail. A natural 1 again! This dice are cursed.
They must have
I
been
swear.
so excited to invade this village.
Yeah.
They were just frantic.
Okay, so goes to stab, realizing that he has actually got his sword around the wrong way. He's just grabbed the blade of his sword. These two are going to do a kind of a little flurry of arrows at the one that has been knocked down. And then these two are going to turn and do little arrows towards this guy. So the ones on the left, both hits, one gets a natural 20. He's on the ground like dead. The other two, both of them hit, and he takes 8 hit points from that, but he's looking okay. The mayor is going to kind of slip through and see what he can do, and he is going to run up to this guy, just also touch him on the face. And he does it very well, actually. Taking 14 hit points. Okay, so it is now all of the orcs again. So these two are going to dash over, and with their longbows are going to hit these two here. So the one on the left gets hit, the one on the right also gets hit. Okay, so the first one takes 3 hit points, and the second one takes 5 hit points. So these two orcs are going to go for the 2 heavies with their great axes. Only the left one is able to hit, taking 9 damage. Okay, and this heavy's looking kind of really beaten up at this point. So these 2 orcs are going to fire their longbows at the mayor.
Come on, miss.
One hits, taking 6 hit points, but he's like...
He's alright.
And these 2 archers are going to take some shots at Revel, because now there's space to be able to get in with her. Only one manages to hit her, and she takes 9 hit points. So it is now the rogues. This one's going to turn and attack this guy. They hit with 1, taking 8 damage. And in doing so, slices the head off of this guy, falls to the ground. And then these 2 are going to go, one is going to go for the archer, one is going to go for the orc in front. So the one for the orc with the sword hits, one for the archer also hits. Okay, so one takes 8 hit points. Okay, and the rangers are all going
Who are you?
to run in to attack these guys. And this bit of grass has been taken off.
It's a combatant! Come to save us!
It's a bit of poison ivy. Okay, so they are all going to go for this poor little orc here. Just like dunk, dunk, dunk on the head. And all of them fail, and one of them gets a critical fail.
Oh, come on, guys, just go back where you...
So that poison ivy that they rubbed on, he realised that he got it on his hand, and ends up taking 1 hit point from it. Marv the Marvellous.
The one closest to us, in front of the ranger line there, I'm going to use Heat Missile. Is he wearing armour at all? If not...
He is.
He is, okay, right, so he suddenly feels an intense heat building up in his armour and across his sword, and he takes 2d8 fire damage. So I got 6 damage. I'm going to grant the leader of my little band there a bit of bardic inspiration.
So they get a D8. Woo. Okay.
Feel inspired, my friend.
He does.
It does.
He feels super inspired. Okay, now it's back to the priests. This priest is going to dash.
Wow, that's a long dash.
Oh, yes. And is going to touch this guy. And the other one needs to do a Constitution saving throw and fails, and he's now blind. The other priest is going to do the Ray of Enfeeblement. So he hits, and then the other one, this orc will do half damage with his weaponry. Revel is going to turn towards this little orc who goes, oh, and she swings her great axes at them, and only 1 hits, and she does 10 hit points. So Talissa.
Yes! I will do usual Eldritch Blast.
You could probably move to like here.
2 beams.
2 beams at that one?
Yeah. 1 is 15 plus 7 and 9.
The first one hits.
So it is 7.
7 hit points. Lovely. Okay, so the 2 heavies are going to turn and attack the leader type guy. Okay, and both hit, and one gets a natural 20.
The confusion of battle.
Does 15 damage altogether. Okay, and that leader is bleeding everywhere at this point. It's like, Ugador.
He needs to die by my hands! 2 attacks again. 12.
Nope.
24.
That definitely hits.
12.
Okay, so can you describe to me what you're gonna do?
I just go for the fucking face that is bleeding and I try to chop it off.
And you do so quite easily. Dead it. This one is going to hit and is going to hit. This lovely one takes 8 damage. The other one is dead, so that's it. Okay, so it is now the archer's turns. Now this one is going to hit strength and gets a natural 20.
Whoa!
Yes. Does 9 hit points. All of the archers on the left are going to hit this one. The archers on the right are going to hit this one. Only one gets to hit this one, and one gets a natural 1, and ends up basically breaking his string and kind of hurting his finger, and like, ow! Takes 3 piercing damage.
Okay.
But this one does take 5 hit points. The mayor's turn. So the mayor is going to step into range this one, and this one needs to take a dexterity saving throw because he's building up some fire in his hand, and the orc fails, so it takes 7 radiant damage. It burns through its skin, and kind of like you're able to see it kind of like charring down the veins. And in that way it's deaded. Okay, it is now the orcs. Now these 2 orcs going to dash up just out of range of being able to hit melee, so are going to, at a disadvantage, fire ranged weapons.
They're getting desperate now.
Stupid. Okay, only one manages to hit. Gives him 4 damage. These 2 orcs are going to go for Revel. Only one manages to hit. Take her for 5 hit points. And this one is going to attack this fella in front of him. Hits. Taking this guy for 10 damage. Taking him for 6 hit points. And this guy is looking literally on his last breath. Then this one is going to come to flank, and both of them are going to attack one of the rogues. Okay, and only one hits, and one of them gets a natural 1. So these 2 orcs are going to surround this other heavy, and both of them hit, taking 21 damage and killing that heavy. This orc is going to go for the priest and hits, taking 6. Okay, and last but not least, these 2 orcs are going to go and attack this strider guy. Both of them hit. And he takes 13 hit points. Okay, it is now the rogue's turn. Okay, so these 3 are here. So they're going to go for this orc. This one's going to go for this one. So this one here hits 4 damage. Okay, and these 2 are going to hit this one and hits, taking 7 damage. These 3 are going to go for this one in the center here. And all 3 hit, absolutely decimating this poor little orc, who is deaded. Okay, it is now Marv's turn.
It's me! I'm going to sort of push my way to the front of, alongside my brethren, and over their shoulders I'm going to cast Shatter just behind the gents in front of us. It'll be a really, really loud, pulsating,
So like here?
horrible noise, yeah.
Yep.
All 3 of them will be afflicted by this absolutely atrocious sound.
Okay, so do they have to do saving throws or hit?
They do indeed. I require a Constitution saving throw of 16, please.
Constitution. Okay, so the leader passes,
Okay.
and then the 2 kind of smaller ones also pass.
Half on a pass.
Okay,
Sorry, so I can
yeah.
still go ahead. Right, so that's 15 hit points, so half it.
So 7.
So they all get 7.
So they all get 7, okay.
Horrible ringing sound. Someone still has inspiration. Who's the most beaten up of the rangers?
The leader.
Leader, I'm gonna patch him up a little bit and
Okay.
give him another bit of healing. That will be another 9 hit points, please.
Oh, very nice. So it's back to the priests. This priest is going to touch the orc's face and hits, and a kind of black energy starts coming from the orc's face into the hand of the priest as he takes 10 hit points from it. Ends up killing him. So the other priest is going to kind of move over here and is going to do a sacred flame. So the orc needs to do a dexterity saving throw and passes. So nothing happens. So it is now Revel's turn. Revel is going to face down this one and hit twice with her axe, and hits once. And I don't even need to tell you that she doesn't even need to roll. She just slices through half of his body as the kind of top part of his body like slips. Celeste's turn.
Perfect. Are that the 2-1 on the right side of the white priest?
Mhm.
And one's target one?
Yeah, so you're going for those?
Yeah.
Those two?
Yes. One is 21.
That definitely hits.
And one is 11.
That definitely hits.
Yes!
Yes.
So it's 12 and is 9.
12 and 9. Lovely. Okay, so this one looks like really beaten up. The other one is kind of also pretty beaten up, but not quite as much as his friend.
Okay. I kind of like I shout to the orc like, "Come on! I'm really hungry! I just want to finish this!"
I love your priorities in the middle of battle. I'm starving! Can we stop fighting each other?
Please! I mean, she actually promised me to give me some food, and
She certainly did. Okay, so this it's now the heavy's turn. The heavy is going to go for the orc right in front, who is apparently a dwarf here. Misses. So it is now Orgarok's turn.
Okay, so given that basically Rebel decimated everybody, I need to show that I'm quite good.
Okay.
Or at least I'm trying.
Gonna get your guns
Yes, so I get the guns out and I try to destroy somebody around there.
out. Okay.
So I go into attacks at him. And I go
Okay.
like, oh, I can't do this! Okay, so one attack is 24
That hits.
and the other one is 8.
Doesn't hit.
14 damage.
You kind of slice him through, but he's still just about alive.
Take that!
And she kind of, Revel looks at you and like nods. Yeah. So this one again is going to go with his sword. Misses. That is all who's alive for them. So it's now the ranger's turn. Again, these are kind of at a disadvantage, so they've decided to take a step back because, you know, they're well trained. And are going to...
The best of the best.
This one's going to kind of try and barge through you. No, actually doesn't try, barges through you. These two are going to attack here. This one's going to attack this one. These two are going to attack this one. This one will get a disadvantage because it's having to shoot through you. These two both hit, killing this orc with 2 arrows. Felled, deaded.
Excelente.
Okay, these two are going to hit this one. Hit, deaded, felled this orc. And then at a disadvantage, great. I mean, he hits anyway.
Ooh.
And takes 7 damage. And he's looking pretty beaten up at this point. So it is now the mayor. The mayor is going to jump out and is going to look towards the priest, and you see fog again reaching over, and is going to give the priest 5 hit points and realizes that he wasted it because that guy has not been attacked.
He got confused. He thought he'd been injured.
It's a fog of war.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Come on,
It's fine.
anyone
It's
could
really
be hurt.
fine. The orcs are both going to rush over here to attack the priest. Only one of them manages to hit, taking 10 hit points, which actually was good. That. See, he was psychic. He knew something was going to happen.
He reads future.
He reads
He's
Yeah.
extremely experienced.
He's really good. He knows what he's doing. This orc is going to hit the heavy. It misses. These 2 orcs are going to hit this rogue, and both of them hit. He is deaded. Second casualty.
I mean, I
very,
use
very
them as
sad.
meat shields anyway, so they serve their own purpose.
So this one is going to hit one of the rogues. Hits.
Acceptable losses.
Okay. Taking 7 hit points and is looking pretty beaten up. And then this orc is going to try and swing at Revel and hits, taking 9 damage. But Revel's still looking okay.
She's the unsung hero of the campaign.
Absolutely. You already know.
Maybe you should write a song about her. Just saying.
It'll be short.
Revel, you're amazing. That's all you need. Okay, so then it is the rogue's turn. This one here is going to attack and gets a critical fail. Tries to kind of swing round his sword and gashes himself, taking 4 slashing damage, and now looks even worse. Okay, this rogue is going to attack this one and hits. And then these 3 rogues are going to go for this poor little orc over here. Only one of them hits, taking 6 damage. The Inso ends up deaded.
Yes.
So they are all now going to kind of move in to this orc here. So it is now Marv's turn.
So I'm going to start off with a little bit of vicious mockery. I'm going to sing a little bit to him. I'm going to say, "You're so ugly, your own mother doesn't love you." Wisdom saving throw 16, please.
Fails.
Yes, I got through to him and his emotions. He took 2 hit points.
Lovely.
Psychic damage.
And
Ooh.
you can see a single tear.
Oh. Well, I'm going to feel so bad after this next part because I'm going to use a bonus action to continue heating up the metal, and he will take another 2 hits. So 5 hit points. His armor once again heats up, and
So what you're able to see now is that the skin starts to boil and bubble and chip and crack as the heating metal sears as pus and bone comes through, and he falls to the floor.
oh, the last words he heard was a song.
Oh, mother.
Such a beautiful song. Okay, so
Top of the
the priest. The priest
You were
is
crying
going
for
to,
that.
the priest is going to turn to this and just goes, "Run!" And the orc fails the wisdom saving throw, and so he does. He sprints, dashes away behind this tree. He used the spell command to command him to dash as far away from him as possible. And this priest is going to see the gap in between here. He's going to kind of pray and call to his augury, and nothing happens. Okay, so it is now Revel's turn. Revel is going to turn her attention to the one orc left over in this area and is going to swing her great axe twice at him and misses, and in one case actually gets a natural 1, so ends up accidentally swinging it towards her comrade over here to the left, and he ends up taking 3 bludgeoning damage. She kind of looks at you as like,
Alright, yeah.
"It happens. He's in my way."
Justified, I see.
Yeah,
Alright.
exactly.
I would have done the same.
Yeah. Okay, Talissa, it's your turn.
So
So
can I move?
your enemies, the nearest ones are these 3 here.
Okay, I'm gonna direct the 2 beams to different ones.
Sure, so
I
we kind of
can
put you in the
attack
centre.
16 plus 7,
That hits,
9 plus 7.
and that also hits.
5 damage and 5 damage.
5 and 5. Well, this
I'll
one
be
here,
throwing and die.
this one here is deaded, and you have really
You
hurt
massacred
the other one.
everything.
If it wasn't for me.
And she's doing it on an empty stomach.
See, imagine if I had something in my stomach.
So the heavy is going to run in to attack this orc who's very badly damaged, and hits, swings through quite finessely, and slices.
He's the trained one.
Absolutely, yeah, one of the heavies, yeah. Slices through, deaded. Done.
So much death.
So much death. It is now Olrog's turn.
So, do I have anybody around?
You
Or
do. It's the orc straight in front of you.
So he's gonna be dead right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
No way, no way,
Oh,
no
no.
way!
Oh
So
no.
one is a critical fail,
Okay.
and the other one is better.
Okay.
Is 23.
Okay, so the critical fail, you end up kind of hitting this guy here, and he ends up taking 3 damage. So Revel looks back at you again and goes, "See,
I
it
told you!"
happened."
He's exhausted from all that strategizing.
Okay, so if you want to roll the damage for,
This is a solid 14.
you slice through his body and the blood splashes onto the tree, deaded.
I made a painting for you, Rebel.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
This is war art.
The rangers are going to turn their attention and start kind of running across the bridge. And all of them are going to dash. But that's all that they can do for this round. The mayor is going to put out his hand as some flames kind of centre towards this orc. The orc fails miserably at saving himself and takes 3 damage and is looking really, really haggard at this point. Okay, so it's now the orcs. This orc is going to attempt to slay the priest and misses terribly. This one is going to dash back round but can't do anything else. This orc is going to actually try and hit you. Hits twice. As you take 11 hit points.
11.
11
Okay,
hit
at
points.
least I'm raging.
Brothers
Is this the first time you've been hit today?
And by myself.
Not too bad.
And then this orc is going to go for Revel and gets a critical fail. As he kind of swings and gashes his leg, he falls to the ground, deaded.
What?
Killing himself.
Good boy.
He wanted to off himself before he was tortured by his enemies.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're never gonna cook me!
Okay, and it is now Marv's turn.
Can I just sort of... Where are the last orcs? How many are there?
So there are 1, 2, 3 orcs left.
And they're all currently in melee with someone, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay, well I'll dash across the bridge. Who's within 30 feet of me, orc-wise?
No one.
No one. Okay, well then I will stand here and enjoy the view.
It's like, oh,
Wow.
what a lovely evening.
Yeah, it smells gross, but
Yeah.
it looks nice.
To be fair, you think it's evening, it's actually during the day, but it's so foggy and cloudy, you're like, oh, lovely night it's turning out to be. Okay, the priest is going to turn again to this one and go, run! And again, fails.
It's a cool spot in there, I think.
It is, yeah.
Must be. Yeah.
And this priest is going to put a hand out towards Revel and give her 5 hit points. And a couple of her kind of gashes and wounds kind of close back up together. And it's now Revel's turn, and Revel is going to turn to the last orc and is really going to try and swing for it, but unfortunately has disadvantage because so many people are around her, but hits both times.
That is
She
a
must be
massacre.
very good.
Yes. Manages to swing under the first time and then around, lopping his head off. Unfortunately, the head ends up hitting this fella over here, who's going to have to do a dexterity saving throw. And passes, it just flings past his head,
Heads up!
kind of knocks on the floor. Deaded, this one. It's gone. Never to be
Yay.
heard of again. And she's like, yeah! Starts kind of making her way over to these last orcs. Okay, Talissa.
Okay, if I move a little bit further, would I be able to eat both of the orcs?
Yes.
Okay, I will try. 14,
Mm-hmm.
18. So one takes 8
Mm-hmm.
and one takes 6.
Lovely. Okay, so they're both looking pretty bad. This one in particular is looking really, really bad.
I'm good.
So the heavy is going to try and jump over this very large tree trunk and needs to do a dexterity saving throw. Unfortunately misses and kind of falls over the
Stupid.
tree trunk.
Oh!
And it's now Orgorog's turn.
There's nobody around there, is it?
Nope.
Okay, so I try to... What do I do? Yeah, I try to move
There's
towards the other
these two are the only ones that are left.
I guess I cannot reach the one near the priest just by moving, can I?
You can dash, but it will take up your action.
Yeah, I do, and I just
Okay.
stare at him very angry. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do now?
So you are right behind him, kind of looking over him. So the rangers are going to get into place. Three of them to attack here, and then the two kind of facing Revel to try and hit him through the trees. So these two will have a partial cover at disadvantage, but these three have absolutely fine against that one. All three hit. So the first arrow actually kills the orc, but the other two just fly like directly into the eye sockets.
Monster kill.
And these two are going to hit at a disadvantage. One of them gets a natural 20, which cancels out the disadvantage, so manages to hit. Ooh. Come on. And an arrow kind of flies straight into the kind of the centre of the jugular, bleeding out, but not quite dead.
Just trying to hold the blood in.
Okay, I'm going, bye!
And the mayor is going to put her hand out, his hand out to Revel to give her 7 hit points. And the orc is going to kind of slam the great axe down into the prone heavy twice at advantage. Gets a natural 1, so that cancels out the advantage. So kind of ends up accidentally slicing into his own foot doing so, taking 4 damage, and he falls. Deaded.
Whoa! Whoa!
Well done! You took 1, 2, 3. You took 3 casualties in that entire battle.
And how many did they lose?
The rest.
A lot.
25.
Oh!
That is fantastic. Well done.
So,
Decisive victory.
when do we eat?
Ooh, I'm hungry.
So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the battle is won!
Yes!
And with only 3 casualties, which is amazing, seeing as all of the really good archers are rolled natural 1s.
Yay!
So tune in next week for part 2 of the Relenting with the amazing, marvellous Orgarog and Talissa, and see what mysterious things that they get up to post-battle. So thank you very much from all of us here at Dicemension, and we will see you next time. Bye!
Bye!